Okay. Let's give a side eye to the phone because I'll make sure it's going live. Good afternoon. Welcome to my daily Facebook Live. My name is Barry Selby. This is my daily Facebook Live message, and I'll get to the content of that in a second. Let me start by introducing myself so you know who I am, where I come from in my sharing inspirational talks. I am a passionate champion for the divine feminine, as well as being a best-selling author, speaker, and relationship attraction expert, helping strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. And this is Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. This is number 238 in a series of ongoing talks done daily. Because stuff to talk about, what can I say? And so today's topic is one that sort of comes from one of my posts. I posted earlier today asking for questions, or should I say asking for thoughts, concerns about dating and relationships, and I had a couple of you respond. And I sort of had this idea to bring this into the conversation. So I'm putting another piece on the table, which is why men lose their way in a relationship. I'm sure nobody out there cares about this one. I'm sure no women have any concern whatsoever about this at all. So for most people, they're not going to watch this broadcast because it has no relevance, I'm sure. I'm kidding. You don't know how many women have talked to me about this one over the last 6-8 months at least. In fact, a couple of clients talked about this with me too. And I did share this in a tangential way last few months back, but I don't want to do it again now. So, let's stop playing with the cable. I know when I play the cable I get this nice crackling sound, so I need to stop doing that so you can actually watch this broadcast. So, at the top, thanks for watching, thanks for being with me. I appreciate you being with me on my talk. If you know anybody who should watch this right now, please share it with them. If you have any questions as we go through the broadcast, please put them below and I'll answer them either live on screen or in the comments after I get off the broadcast. But let me get into the talk. Because this is going to, I'm going to preamble this a bit, in a sense. What I'm going to say is I'm actually going to back it up and talk about how the dating starts. And then explain why men lose their way in relationships, because that's the piece you came here to watch, I'm sure. Putting this in simple ways. First of all, and I'm going to put this in the paradigm of men generally being more masculine, women being more feminine, because I'm really speaking to the archetype or to the polarity and I'm to the gender. So this is also true for gay relationships, I would think. We'll see. I'm not an expert in the area, but I think it does overlap into the same area, same context, same behavior, same result. So, man, parallel to masculine, woman, parallel to feminine. So when I talk about the man and woman, you understand where I'm coming from. But you can apply your own rules as you need to. Man pursues woman in dating. This is kind of the norm, at least for traditional relationships, unless I'm already going off tangent. Okay. Typically, normally, because I didn't do this in my experience, I was actually courted by the women. And that's not the story entirely. Before I did this work. So it's a long time ago now. Let me start again with this piece, because I'm already jumping all over the place. Man pursues woman. I got 3 words out and already got into a tangent, but let's stay on course. The innate behavior for the men is being a pursuer. That's the way that we are engineered. You can be scientific, or biologically developed, or behaviorally trained. Our natural desire is to capture the flag, as it were, or to attain the goal, or to attract the woman, or I should say pursue the woman. The feminine, the woman's perspective, again, naturally speaking, not generally happens all the time, but what naturally is in the feminine, the woman, is the one that's courted, that's attracted, that draws in the man energetically. I'm looking back at my history and seeing it's not quite how I went through it, so just to be clear, it's not everybody's case and not everybody's experience. But generally speaking, that's the normal paradigm. So time goes on and the man is courting the woman, taking her out, she's enjoying the attraction, she's enjoying inviting him in, becoming the magnet, pulling him into her life, all this different stuff is happening. And then they get into a relationship. If things work out, ideally. Now, I'm not going to get into all the stuff about the dysfunctional pieces and all the other stuff. Well, I don't plan to, but we'll see what happens. But I'm going to speak to this key, because this is what the topic's about today, about men losing their way in a relationship. As I mentioned in the beginning, because I dropped some hints. Oh, you guess the hints I dropped? Yes, I dropped some hints. Men are the pursuers. We are after the goal. We got to capture the flag. The thing about when you capture the flag, or you achieve the goal as a man, is there's a sense of accomplishment, victory, success. I won, yay! And then until we do something, and until we see another goal, or another victory, or another thing to achieve, we are basically dead in the water. Well, I mean, that's one way of putting it. I could say we're also resting on our laurels, celebrating our victory, taking a break from all the efforting we did, all these different things you can talk about. That's all the same thing, really. So what happens is that when we are in a relationship, when we attract our partner and we get our relationship going, and I won't say microscopic, it's the wrong word to use in this context, definitely. But there are mini goals along the way, let's put it that way, after they've gotten the relationship, of having new experiences with that partner. Over the first few months of the relationship, the partnership is going to be an exploratory process because we're getting to know each other. Man and woman getting to know each other, we're like, oh, this is cool, this is nice. Exciting, whatever you bring to the table. In that getting to know each other, there are unconscious or subconscious goals that are being played out on the male point of view. They're on the female point of view too, but I'm talking about the male as in losing his way, the man losing his way in a relationship, which keeps him going. The way that we thrive as men is to keep achieving. And it is a challenge for us sometimes because we can do it to extremes where the next mountain peak, the next hillside, the next achievement must happen for us to feel okay. So there's a negative process to this too. But our natural innate gift as a man is to keep growing and stepping forward, looking for the next goal, the next goal, the next goal. If we don't have a goal in mind, we don't have anything to go for. If we don't have anything to go for, we give up. I mean, you call it resting on your laurels or taking a break, whatever you call it, but really it's giving up. We're not driven by something. We're not pushed on something. We're not fueled by something inspirational. Ladies, if you've experienced this in your relationships where the man's lost his way in the relationship, this is why. He doesn't have a plan or a map laid out ahead of him to lead him from goal to goal to goal. Milestones, if you want to call them that. I'm not saying this is your task, but it's one thing you should be aware of. And for the men listening and watching this too, what you need to be aware of. If you want a relationship to keep going as a man, you've got to keep setting new goals in that relationship. Milestones, whatever those things are. It could be anything as small as saying, tomorrow I'm going to wake up and I'm going to kiss my partner 5 times before I go to work, or whatever that is. I mean, it sounds so simple, but it's a goal. By setting things up for goals, whether it's that small, or I'm going to take my partner to the Greek Isles for vacation, or I'm going to raise a family with her, somewhere from the man's point of view. All of those are goals, and truth be told, the scale of the goals isn't so critical as much as the efforting and having goals. So, ladies, when you're in a relationship with a man who may have lost his way energetically with you, but still in love with you, and you still want to be with him, those are key requirements, by the way, having some goals beyond his reach, where he is now, to keep him moving forward, is a wise choice. Now, it could be you invite him to things that will stretch him, whether that's business-wise, whether it's adventure-wise, maybe it's sexually, maybe it's romantically, maybe it's dietary. It could be anything, really, as long as he's involved in it. But you create goals for him to achieve, and not set them out as goals, but to say, honey, I'd love it if we did this, or I'd love it if we had explored this adventure, whatever that is. By bringing that into the conversation and having him participate, please, don't just dump it on him, but having him participate in the conversation and encouraging him to choose the goal, the next step, the milestone, whatever you call that. I will come up with a better word at some point. Will keep him focused and directional. And when a man is focused, ladies, I know you know this, he's more attractive. When he's directional, when he's got some power and some drive behind his inspiration, it makes him more attractive to you, doesn't it? So keeping that fueled, as it were, keeping the fire burning for him in a good way, is where he thrives. And when he's thriving, you're excited, the relationship just grows and blossoms. Different from when he loses his way. So if you're a man in your relationship, or if you're looking to be in a relationship, because you may be planning ahead, if you're watching these videos, you're getting advanced knowledge, which is really cool. Bear in mind that you participate with him. So both men, it's up to us to take the action as well. But it certainly doesn't hurt when your partner supports you by giving you ideas and suggestions and guidance to push you into, encourage you into that. Let's be clear with the wording. It's a dance. Relationships are definitely a dance. And it's the tango of polarity, I'm playing with different words in this, that makes it thrive. And when you have that tango working effortlessly and joyfully and growing and expanding and making the relationship more powerful, you're absolutely in the right place to be enthralled, connected, inspired, and joyful. And when you do this milestone setting, as I mentioned, he won't lose his way. Now, as I said at the beginning, this is using the archetype of the masculine and feminine polarity on top of the man and woman as generalities. I believe, and again, I'm speaking from theory, not from experience, because I've never been in a gay relationship. But I'm trusting that in gay relationships, a similar paradigm happens because the masculine and feminine polarity, I believe, plays out in any sexual relationship, regardless of the gender. So the masculine energy, masculine biased partner, regardless of gender, has the same challenge as men losing their way. The feminine energy partner in the relationship has the same opportunity, challenge, as the woman in the relationship I mentioned earlier. So if you're gay or straight watching this, I hope there's value here for you. And again, I'm speaking from theory regarding the gay relationships, just truth. But I believe the masculine and feminine polarities still line up on the gay couple as well as they do on the straight couple. And, got to throw the other one as well, when it's reversed, where the woman is naturally more masculine and the man is more naturally feminine, because that happens too. It's still about the masculine energy being driven and being focused to keep going versus losing its way. I hope that makes sense. And I think that was basically the succinct way of putting it. Yeah, that was what I wanted to share with you today. So, again, if you have any questions or comments, please put them below. I'll respond to them later on. If you know anybody should watch this to inspire them, to provoke them, to educate them, please share it with them. And if you have any thoughts, questions, support, or I should say, if you have any questions or need support, please reach out to me with social media. This is quickly a reminder, this is my 238th, Facebook Live called Messages from the Masculine to Inspire the Feminine Heart. They all live on my business page on Facebook as well as on my YouTube channel, which is Barry Selby. And you can watch them all in reverse order, newest to oldest, on my website, which is barryselby.com. I invite you to go check things out there because there's so much content, including my video blog, which has all of these on it. That, I think, is it. If you have any ideas or thoughts about other topics, feel free to send them to me as well, because I'm always discovering new stuff to talk about, but frankly, if Spirit's going to work through other people besides me, that's fine too. And I think that with that last thing, one last thing, always. Please take care of yourself. I invite you to take care of yourself, to love yourself, to appreciate yourself, because nobody will do it better than you. And when you do that, you'll feel more full, more whole, and more attractive. What a concept. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.